Hi, diddly ho there, neighbor. How we doing? You feeling good today? I'm feeling great. I been doing some recording. The weekly recordings. Been enjoying that. Been playing some more V Rising, getting things together for. I have two big projects coming, right? And you're gonna see them. Hopefully one sooner than the other. But been getting that set up and doing a lot of talking with the people who want to get involved with it. And you know what? Hopefully people want to do it. I mean, it'd be really shitty if, like, these people were like, yeah, that sounds great. And then, like, because, hey, it's taking a little bit of time to get everybody together for this, because there's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts in this, guys. You know. It's gonna be a little bit longer than just like, hey, I brought this out, would you be interested? Hey, let me get things going. You know? But yeah, hopefully. At the end of the day, things are gonna happen, and I've been doing a lot of stuff. Mr. Bear, I need you to die. I know, it sucks. But I really do need... Ow. Stop hitting me. I need that thick hide. I need that dummy thick hide. So, how's everybody's day going? My day, going well. Like I said, recording, getting some stuff down, making sure everything's all set up. Been talking about a lot of YouTube and streaming stuff lately. I don't know. Is anybody fucking with that? I enjoy talking about, you know, the process, the creative process, you know. I haven't really explained why I like YouTube or why I'm so invested in YouTube. It's not some big, like, oh, you know, when I was, you know, in the hospital, no. But back when I was in the military, right, I was in the Navy, so we would go out for, you know, months at a time. You know, like, we'd go out on deployment. I was forward deployed, so we go out for a smaller amount of time than your usual 9-month to a year deployment. So if you're in the military, if you're in the Navy, you understand what forward deploy is. I don't need to tell you that. But, you know, it is... I was hitting ports, and, you know, it becomes this thing where it's like Groundhog's Day, right? Like, it is the same thing day in, day out. Like, it really is the same fucking thing that you've been doing for the last 2 weeks, you're gonna keep doing. But there was a point where I was just like, I need something to break up, like, I need something to relax, to get my head straight, help me think, you know, let me decompress from the day as much as I can when you're going to sleep, waking up, go to work, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, right? You need something to help break up the monotony of all that, right? Because if you don't, you're just gonna sit there and it's soul grinding, right? So I would download, like, you know, Manly Badass Hero videos, Markiplier, all these, you know, YouTubers who I grew up watching, and it was like, that was my solace. That was like my way to decompress, was watching this funny video. And I would download a lot of videos, right? Because I've never been one to watch TV shows. I don't really care for, you know, like, I watch, you know, The Rookie with my wife, and, you know, we pick, like, a sitcom or something to watch while we eat and stuff like that. But I've never been one who's, like, gets so invested in a show and I watch every single episode and every weekly release I'm there. But I've always preferred watching YouTube because I enjoy someone being creative themselves and doing a self-driven thing than a big, massive, you know, production and all that. I've never been one to watch movies as well, like, actively choose to watch a movie. Like, if somebody's like, hey, let's watch a movie, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But me, my personal self, I don't just sit there and watch movies. Like, I don't choose to do that. So, YouTube became a great way for me to, like, watch, you know, these creators, you know, and decompress, de-stress from the day. And I appreciated it. I appreciated everything that they did. And it was so nice to just have that thing that I could go and do. And at the end of the day, my whole goal is like, hey, if I could make something that somebody uses, or like they've had a long day at work, they've been, you know, had a long day at school, and this is what they're using to decompress or de-stress, then my goal has been made, right? My goal has been met. I entertained somebody some way, which hopefully I hit that point. Hopefully somebody's like, hey, man, I just want to say I really appreciate everything that you're always doing. And, you know, that's Paladin. That's I'm not saying that's like the whole reason why I'm doing this, but that was a big factor into why I wanted to just say, fuck it, we're doing it live. You know, we're doing it now. No more waiting around, no more hesitation. And to be honest, I started when I was, you know, 28, but I've always wanted to do it. Like, ever since I was, you know, fucking 12 years old, you know, watching YouTube, playing Minecraft. I don't know, did Minecraft come out when I was 12? It came out at some time. I do remember being there for the initial Minecrafts when it was starting to come out. But, yeah. I mean, at a certain point, I just stopped faffing around and was just like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it now. I'm going to start now. And, you know, it's cool that my buddy Bigfoot has come along, and he's like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. And, again, the fact that I've hit even 100 subscribers blows my mind. I didn't think I'd hit, like, you know, 20, 30. But now that I have 140, that blows my fucking mind. That's 100 different people. And, you know, I'm not saying every single one of them is a real person. Obviously, Dead Internet Theory is more alive than ever. But that's, you know, at least a couple of people who have watched my stuff and appreciate what I've, you know, put out or said, you know. So at the end of the day, that's cool. That's nice. I appreciate that. And if you are watching this and you are one of the people who have subscribed, hey, thanks. Like, I know my buddy Peter, you know, he was big on watching, but then he went on to greener pastures. He is now he is now in the old army, which that's cool. Proud of him, you know. That's a big step to go and do, to make that decision to join the military. My decision to join the military was, there's no jobs around here. I lived in a small Bufu, Egypt town. Not actually Egypt. I grew up in the Midwest, but it was a do-nothing, go-nowhere town, right? Like, people who are born there will die there type of town. And, nope, not me, sir. I decided, my buddy Spencer was like, hey, I heard you were interested in joining the military. And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, you know. And he's like, well, I'm in the Navy. I think it'd be great. I was like, Navy, you say? And this isn't like, oh, like, you know, spur of the moment. Like, my whole family has been in the military, you know. We've all, you know, served time. But we've all done the military thing, right? My dad was in the Army. My uncle was in the Marines. My grandfather was in the Army. You know, the family has been in the military, right? So this isn't like shocking my family or anything like that. In fact, it was my dad's recommendation, like, if you can't find a job here, just go in the military. There's always jobs in the military. So I was like, fuck it, sure, why not? I'll go in the military. So I enlisted in the Navy. I was about to ship out to boot camp, and then I had an ingrown toenail, and I could not ship out. So I had to deal with that. Really sucks. By the way, if you have ingrown toenails, get it fixed before you go to, you know, before MEPS happens. Personal experience here. But yeah, shipped out, went to boot camp. Boot camp is in Great Mistakes, Illinois, so very short fucking drive. Very, very short drive down to Great Mistakes from Milwaukee. So, yeah. I had about, like, I'd say we left at about maybe, like, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., right? And then we got there at about an hour and a half later, maybe an hour-ish. Or 45 minutes, but yeah, so instead of anything else, like doing anything else, I just sat there, and that was pretty much it. I just sat there, and you know, they were talking to me like, "Oh, have you read like the handbook?" And honestly, I didn't know anything about a handbook. I think they were fucking with me. But, like, they were asking me, like, oh, what's your first general order? What's this? What's that? I'm like, I have no idea. And, like, I had pretty long hair. It was down to, like, my neck. And they were laughing. They're like, oh, you're going to the Dragon Lady for sure. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I am scared. So, after about, like, people started funneling in from, like, the airport and all that jazz... we hit the time where it was like, you know, now everything's becoming more real. And I don't think it happened about like maybe 2 weeks into boot camp where it kind of just like dawned on me. I was like, hey bud, the fuck did we get ourselves into? So, yeah. I think everybody has that thought somewhere in boot camp, and then once you get out of boot camp and you think that you're, you know, hot shit, you go out to your A school, and then, you know, there's people who have been there longer, and then I don't want to give a lot away because it's like, boot camp's fine, trust me. Yo, no matter who you are, because we had some fucking rejects. That's the kindest way that I could put it, is that you are just a reject and they still got through, right? So if you want to join the military, no matter what branch, Marines are a little bit more intense. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt if you want to go into the Marines, but if you can get through boot camp, not if, you can get through boot camp. Trust me. It seems like all the movies make it seem like, oh, it's, you know, hell on earth. It's going to be the worst ever. But honestly, it really isn't. You'll be fine. Just keep your head down. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know. Just keep your fucking nose clean. There's a saying that my buddy said, cover your ass and smell your jelly beans, which basically that's a really nice way of saying don't be a fuckhead, right? Just make sure you're doing what you need to do. Don't stand out. Don't do anything stupid. And generally, just listen. If you listen, things will go by much smoother. Hello. Let's see. Use your map. Within the rights of a legion of nocturne channels, Draco's power to summon powerful entities from the Shadow Realm. Destroy these rifts to obtain ancestral weapons and Stygian shards. Ah, so this just shows me where the rift incursions are. Okay, cool. Claim that.
An achievement for sure.
Castle 4. What do we need for Castle 4? We need Radium and Primal Blood. Okay. Put these in there. Anyways. Yes. Boot camp. Keep your nose clean. Keep yourself safe. Listen and do not ask questions. You don't need to ask questions. Trust me. At no point do you need to ask questions. They will make it so simple that even, you know, the dimmest of persons can figure it out. So just listen. That's all you need to do. Listen, do what you're told. That's it. Your life will be easy. You won't have these, like, movies make boot camp out to be like living hell. Like, oh, it's going to be the worst. Oh, I'm going to be crying every single night. Oh, I'm going to want to die. Oh, this, oh, that. No. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Trust me. Just grow a little bit thicker of some skin. Just keep your head down. Keep your nose clean. You'll be fine. I keep saying it, but honestly, that's truly it. Just listen. That's it. That's the secret. I know. I'm being reductive, right? And, you know, how dare you be reductive and not tell me, everything's going to be all right. I mean, it might not. Some people have way worse experiences in boot camp, but then you got to really realize, why were they having these bad experiences? Probably because they were being a difficult person. They weren't listening. Just listen. That's it. That's all you need to do. That's the secret to the sauce there, matey. Anyways. Yeah, if you're thinking about joining the military, I think it's a great choice. I think it's a great move forward. You're going to learn a lot. You are going to realize that you are about to be a lot more responsible and have a lot more life experiences than a lot of your contemporaries who did not go in the military. You're going to see a lot more. You're going to do a lot more. And you're definitely going to have a lot more life experiences as opposed to somebody who stayed in their small town and hasn't done anything, right? And that's good. That's great. Hey, fucking go out there, live your life. Don't let somebody be like, oh, you've changed or you outgrew this place. Yeah, I did. Don't let somebody shame you into wanting to better your life. And, you know, people will say, you'll hear a lot of stories from a lot of different people who have been in the military. Oh, it was miserable. I was miserable. You know, it was just not the fit for me. It was just, you know, I did my initial enlistment and got out. And I mean, sure. Not everybody's going to have, like, a super stellar fucking time, right? There will be times where even you will be like, man, this sucks. And yeah, sometimes it does. You just gotta buckle your pants and get back to it, right? Like, if it turns out for you, this just wasn't for me, then, you know, sure. But you will look at things differently. You'll be a little bit more mature. You'll be, like, granted, you know, you could still be you. You'd still be a little goofy of a person, but you'll notice when something that would make somebody, you know, panic initially is now like water under the bridge. This is just another day for you. Like, stressful situations will become so less stressful. And it's like, wow, like, you guys are freaking out about this right now, but, like, this was an everyday thing for me, right? Like, dislocated my pinky at work, and, like, you know, guys are like, oh my god, you need to run, you need to go over, you know, you need to talk to this person. And I was like, bro, you know, pull your pinky, you know, do whatever you got to do to keep going to work. Your work ethic is going to be phenomenal, I promise you. If you just sit there and apply yourself while you're in the military, your work ethic is going to be like 50 million times better than everybody else around. You're going to look like a fucking superstar compared to everybody else that you work with. You know why? Because you're already going to have been dragged through the mud. You're already going to be like, just, I've done this before. I've lived the life of, you know, getting up at the ass crack of dawn, going to sleep at, like, you know, going to sleep super late. You know, I'm used to that shit. You'll be a superstar. Everybody at work will love you. You'll be the go-to guy. Be like, oh man, we need something done, and I want it done right. We're gonna go to fucking James. James is gonna be the guy because he's reliable. You know, he has that, like, saying you're from the military or you were in the military gives people a certain expectation about you and how you work and how you do things, because it's just expected of you while you're in to just, yep, got it, and then go to work. But, hey, that's just me. That's my views on things, you know. If you disagree, that's fine. You know, that's totally okay. But if you are thinking about it, hopefully this helped you maybe define your decision a little bit more. Or maybe it helped you get some context into that big life-altering decision that you are planning on making. Anyways, that's about it. I think I'm done yapping for this time. If you like this, like, comment, and subscribe. You do all that, you get 200 funny monies. I'm not going to give it to you, but hey, maybe you'll find it in your next enlistment bonus. See you guys later. Bye-bye.